Hey guys, Tony and Sarah, how are you? Live from Minneapolis. And if you are somebody that's talked about having a side gig, but wanted to do something on the side, wanted to build an online business, you've been thinking about it, you've been contemplating about it, you've been, going over it in your head, but you haven't done it yet, let us be the one to remind you today why you need to do that. So if you are live, hi everybody.
What's up?
Great to hear from you all. Drop us, a couple things. Let us know where you are watching and from. Also to drop us an emoji on how you're feeling today. We are feeling on fire.
Supercharged.
Yeah, so we would be dropping lots of fires right now, right?
Yes.
And if you are watching the replay, go ahead and put in a hashtag replay. If you are new, hi. Go ahead and put in new so we can give you some love. But we are going to talk about some really cool things, guys, that I think a lot of people don't understand why having a side gig, why having a side hustle is awesome, is on trend, is on point, and quite frankly, it's probably going to be, we're going to give you some mind-blowing stuff that you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't have one. I need to get one right away.
Lots of stats too. Yeah. So make sure you share this out and you let your teams and people that you want in your business to see this because it's pretty incredible.
Yes, and why we're so happy that we've got one.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to keep one, and we're going to keep doing it. And it's, guys, this stuff, too, that we're going to talk about is for those of you that already have an online business, it is going to be a great reminder on, oh my gosh, like I am so glad that I am, consistently building my business day in and day out because of the possibility and what, quite frankly, is already happening through the internet. It's just mind-blowing. So should we get started?
Let's go.
All right, guys. So we're going to start jamming on this, and I'm going to encourage you guys to go back and watch this because we're going to go through some stats that you're probably not going to be able to take notes fast enough in. But what I want you guys to understand is this, is that 70% of all entrepreneurs start their business from home. Okay, so they're building their business online. They're starting from home, 70%, right? That is a huge, huge number. Here's the thing. Most of us, there's a lot of women that are on here. We already know what's happening, but 1.7, and I'm looking over at my notes a little bit here, 1.7 billion people purchased online, okay? This year, 1.7 already. Right now, we're just getting into the holiday season, right? 1.7 billion people have purchased online, and our online sales, guys, are projected by the end of this year, right? Just a couple months wrapping up, that $2.8 trillion in sales will be done online. So if you're wondering, gosh, do I have a market? Do I need to be online? The answer is yes, you need to be online. Here's what's even crazier, guys. 80% of everyone that is on the internet, right? All internet users are expected to make a purchase online in 2019.
That's like 8 out of 10 people.
8 out of 10 people. 80% of people, right, that are on the internet will buy something. So here's my thought. Why are they not going to buy from you? Why would they not buy from you, right? So if you don't have an online business yet, you have got to make sure that you get one now going into 2019. It's just crazy, the numbers of people that are buying.
And GoDaddy said this, 1 in 2 millennials have a side hustle. So every millennial you see, 50%, 1 in 2 have a side hustle. And the average income to that side hustle is like $250.
Right.
So here's the thing you got to think about. $250 is the average income for the side gig, the side hustle. So again, I know a lot of us, we want to talk about the big money and that's great and I get all that. But most people, that extra $250, that extra $400, that extra $500, that excites people. That gets people in. Now, here's another thing that's really cool. The income, right, is the main reason for the side gig. So, we talk a lot about, lifestyle and trips and travel, and I get that. I love that. I'm with you. But the income, the $250, that extra income they get, That is the main reason for the side gig. So super, super important, babe.
Exactly. So Amber, I saw you comment on there that you do a lot of online shopping. Here's another thing I read, guys. It's so crazy. So I read something on Forbes that talked about, and it's shocking because most people do not expect this. That men shop online, they spend 28% more than women. Did you know that?
No.
I read that.
Wow.
28% more. So don't count the guys out. Right? So don't count the guys out and think, oh gosh, you know what? Like they would never want to buy online. They would never order, whatever. But so the men are actually buying more than the women. Right? The men are actually buying more than the women. It was crazy stat that I read.
Check this out. Over half the people with a side gig, remember we just talked about that? Over half want that side gig to turn into their main gig, their career, their job.
Exactly.
They want that to be the deal they're working, driving, showing up at, burning the oil. They want that. Over half, babe.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy when you talk about the average income is $250 a month.
Yeah.
Right? I think people think that people are looking to make all this crazy income when the reality is, guys, they're looking for $250. That's it. Right? So, I mean, I think for so many of us that have an online business or looking to start an online business, there's so many incredible opportunities for people to be able to do that, right? To be able to do that in a really simple way right out of the gate. You know?
Check this out. The next 10 years, GoDaddy says that 50% of all millennials will start a side gig.
Yeah, that's crazy.
50%.
That's crazy. Yeah, 50.
Like 38% were Gen Xers, 21% were boomers. But think about those numbers the next 10 years. Holy cow. Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
It's crazy.
Forbes says the next 5 years, 95 million Americans are going to open a home-based business. This one rocked my world. 95 million Americans the next 5 years are going to start a business home-based. That is a lot of people.
Yeah, that's. I think about it, I'm like, guys, there's so many people that are out there looking, right? They're looking for a viable opportunity, right, where people can build online, they can build around their schedules, their crazy lives, their careers, what have you, right? The side gigs, the side hustles, and I think sometimes like the side gigs and side hustles, they kind of get a bad rap, but the reality is, guys, like people are looking, right? Just because someone does something on the side doesn't mean they're not giving a full-time effort,
Yep.
right, or full-time attitude with it. Right? It's just something they're trying to do to try to make ends meet and try to create some leverage and the quality time in their life, right? They're looking for that quality, which quite frankly, so many of us, I know us, we were
Yep.
missing before we started building a business online. Like that just was not a real thing in our life. So, I think just understanding that, it's just mind blowing the numbers of, for us, it just reminds us just to keep going and to keep pushing and to keep talking to people and to keep connecting and keep building the relationships and getting out there, because the numbers of these numbers are not like, hey, maybe this is going to happen. It is happening.
Yeah.
Right? It is happening out there. And there are people that are looking and will continuously, be looking to create an online business.
And check this out. Ready for this one? Are you loving this stuff? Tell me how you're loving this right now. But 40% more people will join us online in the next 2 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's like 1.5 billion
40,
people.
Guys, 40 people.
40% more people.
40% more online.
I mean,
it's just nuts.
Should I be online? Should I have a Facebook profile? Should I be putting out content that inspires, that engages people? Should I be doing lives? Like, should I be sharing stuff? Should I be commenting? Should I be using Messenger? Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you that are already building a business online, right? If you're doing Facebook Lives, if you're doing, giving out value and serving and inside social media, like you can't do enough of that right now. People are going to find you. People are going to get connected with you. But you've got, if you are not doing those things, you're basically invisible, right? So if all of these people, 40%, right, more people are going to be, right, joining online,
Yep.
You want them to find you, right? So that means you've got to be, out there and doing lives and getting connected and putting great stuff out there so people can go, hey, I love that guy. I love what he talks about. I love that girl. I love what she talks about, right? They're going to find you. But you've got to be out there consistently doing that, building your business online.
And you have to understand, let people go spend $500,000 on a business. Let people, mortgage their homes and, be there 7 days a week, 20-hour days to try to figure out if it'll work. I mean, we don't need to do any of that.
Right.
The home-based business, I mean, you can start it on a shoestring. I mean, for a couple $100 typically. Some are a little bit more than that, and I get that. And you have to go to some trainings and things like that if you really want to, get it fast and grow fast, and I'm all about that. But for the amount of money it takes to start a home-based business and the rewards that you get back and, the income, the lifestyle, the time free, right? The list goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, the power is absolutely phenomenal. So if you don't have a side gig, get a side gig, So many people say, well, which is the best side gig to choose? How do I choose a side gig? Well, you got to find out what you really love to do, right, babe?
Yeah, I mean, what gets you excited? What are you passionate about? I tell you what gets me excited doesn't get Tony excited, doesn't get my girlfriend excited, like vice versa, right? So you've got to figure out what works for you. Whatever you're passionate about, you got to go jam and you got to do. I don't really care what it is. Like we celebrate the fact that people are entrepreneurs. We celebrate the fact that people do build a business online. I don't care what you do. You got to do something, right? You got to do some type of side thing. You've got to do some type of thing that is online, right? To create that leverage in your life. So I think for us, it just depends on what aligns with you. What are your morals and values? What is your moral compass? Like, what drives you, right? What are you passionate about? Those are the things that you need to find and partner with, right? And build online. So I think it's like you need to do your homework. You need to do your due diligence. You got to, figure out what's going to be, fully aligned with who you are, and you got to go, right? And you got to go grow with that and build it like crazy, because again, I mean, just talking about these numbers, it's like, now's the best time, right? Now's the best time for us to, build a business online and run with it.
Yeah, it's funny because they talked to a bunch of boomers and they talked to a bunch of millennials, and they asked them, what's the best side gig you could have right now? And the numbers were crazy, but they said, we love selling things online. Mm-hmm. That's our number one side gig, our side hustle. We want to sell stuff online. That's what the millennials said. That's what the boomers said. And I mean, that's a huge part of our communities, of the world, of, our networks. So just know that, you've got something at your fingertips, and some of you are in it already. Some of you are going to find it. Some of you are going to be, it's going to show up, but make sure that you run with it. And I'm telling you, the next 24 months, I mean, there's no telling what story you could write with your side gig. I mean, there's no telling. Like, you can do anything you want the next 24 months. I mean, 10, 20, 50 times the money you ever thought you could make. The products you'll sell, your team will sell, the rewards that'll come back your way, the time freedom, the trips, all the cool stuff. I mean, it's crazy, like, what you can set up these next 12, 24 months with all the things that we just talked about in this live.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, reach out to us, private message us if you want more information, or you're like, well, I need to ask you this question, Tony, about some of those numbers, or what about that, or what about this? Give me your advice. We'd be more than happy to bless you with what we've done the last 20 plus years in this profession that helps you. And we just love you guys so much.
We'll talk to you soon. Take care.